Hey guys, just started in on the first penny box for this weekend. Now I've already done 2 rolls, and amazingly enough, we've gotten 100% copper pennies from those first 2 rolls so far. Uh, Again, no American copper pennies yet, but they've all been Canadian copper pennies. Here's our jar of zincs, and that's not a zinc or steel. That's a 1973, but it's a little bit corroded, so I didn't keep it in with the other copper pennies. Now the box that we got this week, they were all of these clear plastic rolls, which usually for us means not too many coppers, so it's very interesting that we are getting quite a bit of coppers with these rolls here. Now my cousin's back again this week. He's gotten quite a bit of these paper rolls again. He's already gone through about 9 of them, started in on a 10th one there, and he's already gotten, what is that, 3 kings and 1 wheat penny as well. So because this first box here is so great, I thought I would do a live roll for you guys. I'll just hand the camera off to my cousin here. Grab one here. Alright, I'll just lay this out. Alright, and hopefully we can keep the percentages going. We've gotten all copper so far from the first 2 rolls. I'll try to zoom in. I'll put the copper ones up top and the non-copper ones to the bottom. So a 73, 79, copper, ooh, there's a wheat penny there. Copper. Wow, so I don't know what it is with these rolls. Sometimes you just get a box like this where you luck out and get all copper pennies. Again, it's not too often, but we'll take it whenever we can. Is this a 1980? Again, the 12-sided ones are easy to tell. Wow, there's even some shiny, really good, almost non-circulated type coins. I think I'll leave that one off to the side. 12-sided copper. $80, 71, Young Queen. Now this isn't really the first box that we've gotten like this. Wow, there's a nice, almost uncirculated one. This isn't really the first box, but the last couple weeks we've been really getting close to our averages of around 40%, so it's nice to get a box like this every now and again. 6. Alright, so there you have it, guys. So we've done 3 rolls altogether, and all 3 rolls have been 100% copper. And let's just look again at this wheat penny here. We have a 1956 wheat penny as well. I'll show you guys that at the end. Hopefully we can get some more King George VI or some wheat pennies as well. Usually in a box full of copper pennies like this, where they're all copper, you don't get too many kings and wheats, but hopefully we can find a few, and I'll show them to you guys at the end. Alright, we'll be back in a bit. Alright guys, just finished up. Did turn out to be an extremely interesting box. Right now you're looking at the leftover zinc and steel pennies that we had. So unfortunately we didn't keep the 100% success rate we had going for the copper pennies. But as we'll see in a second, this was probably by far the best copper penny box that we've had to date. But before we get to the copper results, we'll just take a look at the wheats and kings. As I suspected at the beginning of the video, because the copper percentage was so high, there weren't a lot of older coins. We only found 1 wheat penny, and that was the wheat penny we found in the unrolling I did on the video. So we have this 1956 wheat penny, and also only 1 King George VI penny. This one is from 1947. But moving on to the copper results, starting with these 1982 to 1996 Canadian copper pennies. We found 782 of those. Next we have Canadian pennies 1980 to 1981. And I don't think we've ever found this many of these years in a single box. Usually we find well under 100. In this box here though, we found 294, so really happy with that. Same thing with the Canadian pennies from 1953 to 1979. Again, we found 1,063, so a little bit over 40% of the box was just these 1953 to 1979, which is really good. Usually our entire copper penny percentage is around 40%, so that's great. And we found just a few American pennies. These are the pennies that are before 1982. We have 18 of those in total. So in the entire box, we had 2,157 copper pennies, which works out to be 86.28%, which my brother and I were talking, and I don't think we've ever had anywhere close to that high of a percentage. But I'm just going to go ahead and weigh these here. We'll see how many pounds and ounces of Canadian copper pennies and those American pennies that we have, starting with the 1982 to 1996. Now I weighed all the containers beforehand, and they were all about an ounce, so just subtracting an ounce for the container, we have 4 pounds and 6.5 ounces, and subtracting the container, so 5.5 ounces of the 1982 to 1996 pennies. Canadian pennies 1980 and 81. We have 1 pound and 12.5 ounces, subtracting the container. 1953 into 79 Canadian pennies. And we have 7 pounds and 8.9 ounces when subtracting the container. Oh, just moved to 10. So about 7 pounds, 9 ounces of these 1953 to 79 Canadian pennies. And lastly, American pennies pre-1982. We have 1.9 ounces. Alright, so that was a great box there, guys. I was able to already roll up the leftover zinc and steel pennies beforehand, which is always nice. I noticed that we had a lot more subscribers over the weekend, so thank you to all the new subscribers. If you're watching the videos for the first time, go ahead and subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. We'll try to get the second penny box up and the nickel box up as soon as we can. And if you have any questions or comments, just go ahead and leave them down in the comments section below. Alright, thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you soon.